So the next question says, which statement accurately describes a country's currency? Select all that apply. 1, the currency is easily divisible. 2, the currency can be used in any other country. 3, the currency has a value that can change. 4, the currency has denominations. And 5, the currency has a value that must stay the same. So we know currency and money share 3 main purposes. Number 1, to serve as a unit of account, and what that means is that it allows us to put a quantitative measure on what we think the value of certain items are. Number 2, it serves as a medium of exchange. It's something that people commonly recognize to hold value and therefore can be used in place of barter when purchasing goods and services. And number 3, a store of value, that over time that this currency holds similar value over the long run. And that you'll be able to save money, unlike the way you would have been able to save goods. For example, perishable goods like food, you would not be able to save food and say, I want to save this and store this as my savings because next year it'll probably be rotten. And so, in that sense, currency has that store of value. It doesn't deteriorate over time. Let's take a look and apply those concepts to the answer choices here. So A says the currency is easily divisible. And so that's important, and it doesn't seem to directly express the sentiment behind any of our 3 purposes, but actually an easily divisible currency is necessary if we want this currency to be a medium of a medium of exchange, right? If the currency is not easily divisible, then it's almost impossible for it to be easily used in transactions. If there's only one giant, let's say we eliminated all denominations of currency, we said the only bill that you're allowed to use is $100 bills, and that's the smallest unit of currency, then there are a lot of transactions that cannot occur. You wouldn't be able to buy a jar of milk because the least amount of money that you can pay is $100. And so that's not going to be an adequate reflection of value. So a currency that is easily divisible is necessary if you want to have a medium of exchange. B, the currency can be used in any other country, and that's not necessarily true. As long as the currency can be used in your country and recognizes all 3 values, then it's still a currency. It doesn't necessarily have to be used in other countries. C says that the currency has a value that can change. And so this is true in real life, right? We know that inflation, the change in prices, a relative increase in prices or a decrease in prices is going to have an effect on the value of currency. And so this doesn't violate our understanding of what a store of value refers to. But that's still maintained. The currency value fluctuation is simply a natural occurrence in the real world when we have currency. And so that's going to be a correct answer as well. So A and C. D says that currency has denominations, and again, that's important. We want to make sure, and it goes hand in hand with option A. We want to make sure that a currency, if it's going to function as a medium of exchange, then there needs to be denominations which make that exchange easy and feasible. And so D is going to be the correct answer as well. And finally, E, the currency has a value that must stay the same. And again, we know that's not the case. C says in the real world that the value of currency can fluctuate based on inflation and deflation, but so that it's not necessarily staying the same, but as long as it has generally the ability to store value, that currency fulfills that store value function. So A, C, and D are the correct answers here. So let's take a look at the previous two's answer. So the previous two says that in economics, money is anything which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange. The currency is the type of money which is used to exchange for goods and services, generally issued by the government of the country in the form of paper. As we know that the money is easily divisible, and the currency is a type of money, so it's also easily divisible. The value of money changes with the change in time. Similarly, the value of currency also changes with time. The value of individual currency is known as denomination, which means the currency has denomination. So we can say the options A, C, and D are the correct options. Don't forget that money also serves as a unit of account and a store of value. But yes, this answer is correct. We can move on to the next question. Next question.